Meghan Markle's life literally does not affect you in any way. So if you hate Meghan, you need to take a hard look at yourself and ask why. Is it because she ruined your high school fantasy of marrying a prince who never knew you existed? Or is it that the world has taught you that black girls are worthless and seeing Meghan being loved so fiercely makes you angry? Harry would rather be her husband than your prince, and it makes you sick. Meghan Markle is smart and classy and brave, and she's a better princess than we deserve. And if you're mad at her, if you think you deserve a better princess than her, that's the definition of uppity.
At this point, some people are treating Meghan like she personally came to their house, ate their leftovers, kicked their dog, and changed the Wi-Fi password. Like, please, calm down. This woman is literally out here minding her business, raising her kids, doing charity work, wearing expensive coats, drinking smoothies probably. And somehow people are acting like she ruined civilization itself. Be serious. And what kills me is these trolls wake up early for the hate too. Alarm clock ringing like beep beep, time to be angry at Meghan again. That is not normal behavior. That is a full-time spiritual crisis. Because let's really talk about it. Most of these people do not know Meghan, never met her, never spoke to her. She has never borrowed money from them, never scratched their car, nothing. Yet they're online foaming at the mouth like she stole the crown jewels and pawned them on Facebook Marketplace. It's obsession, straight up. And honestly, a lot of the anger comes from the fact that Harry chose her. That's the part people dance around but never say out loud. Folks were comfortable with a fairy tale as long as the prince picked somebody they approved of. Then Harry fell in love with a smart, confident black woman, and suddenly people started acting like the monarchy was under attack by a Disney villain. Like, sir, your rent is due. Why are you stressed? And the media played a huge role too. For years, they pushed this ugly idea that black women are too loud, too difficult, too much. Then Meghan shows up, educated, elegant, calm, beautiful, philanthropic, carrying herself like a boss, and it broke some people's brains. They genuinely cannot process seeing a black woman adored openly and defended fiercely. That's why every little thing she does becomes a fake scandal. She breathes, controversial. She wears beige, national emergency. She makes jam, the collapse of Western society. Give me a break. Meanwhile, Meghan kept going, still standing tall, still classy, still helping people. Imagine surviving years of non-stop insults from strangers with anime profile pictures and people named Royalty 1962. Honestly, that level of patience deserves a medal. And regular people can see through it now, because real life is already hard enough. Bills are high, jobs are stressful, the world is chaotic. Most normal people are not sitting around furious because a prince loves his wife. That's not a real problem. The truth is, Meghan reminds some people of something they hate seeing, a woman who refused to shrink herself just to make other people comfortable. And woo, some folks cannot handle that. Let's stop pretending people are mad about royal protocol. Please, half these people screaming online don't even follow the rules in their own apartment building. Suddenly everybody became a palace historian the second Harry married Meghan. Be for real. The issue is simple. Harry picked Meghan. That's it. That's the tweet. That's the whole movie. People can spin around in circles talking about tradition and optics and whatever fancy word they found on Facebook University. But deep down, a lot of folks just cannot stand seeing a black woman loved out loud by a prince. And Harry did not just marry Meghan quietly and hide her in the background somewhere. Nah, that man looked at Meghan like he won the lottery and the internet lost its mind. You could feel the rage through the screen. How dare he protect his wife? How dare he choose peace? How dare he leave toxic situations? Meanwhile, these same people stay in relationships where nobody even texts them good morning. That's the part that makes me laugh. Because Harry basically said, "This is my woman, I love her, I'm standing beside her." And instead of respecting that, people acted like he robbed a bank with SpongeBob. And let's be honest, if Meghan looked different, a lot of this hysteria would disappear overnight. Some people had already created this picture in their heads of what a prince's wife was supposed to look like. Meghan walked in and smashed that picture like a WWE wrestler entering the ring. Boom, curtains flying everywhere, royal expectations on the floor, crying for help. And the wild thing is, Meghan never even acted arrogant. She came in educated, polished, compassionate, hard-working, but for certain people, none of that mattered because they had already decided she was not the right type. We all know what that means. Then Harry made it worse for them by loving her publicly, defending her publicly, leaving with her publicly. Woo! Some people took that personally, like Meghan stole their husband. And regular people understand why Harry moved the way he did. Any normal man who sees his wife getting attacked non-stop would want to protect her too. That's not weakness, that's being a decent partner. Honestly, Harry choosing Meghan exposed a lot of people, because instead of being happy seeing two people in love, some folks became full-time detectives analysing handshakes, facial expressions, jam jars, breathing pans, everything. Imagine being that committed to hating strangers. Couldn't be me.
The British tabloids really spent years trying to convince people that black women are somehow less than, less classy, less elegant, less deserving of softness, less deserving of protection, basically acting like confidence in a black woman was some kind of crime scene. Then Meghan walked into the royal family like, "Hey everybody," and the entire system started malfunctioning like an old Windows computer. Error, error, system overload, because they were not prepared for a black woman to show up educated, polished, calm, beautiful, well-spoken, stylish, charitable, and married to a prince who clearly adored her. Whew, some people's blood pressure has never recovered since. And what's funny is Meghan did not even have to do much. Her existing confidently was enough to send folks into orbit. She wore a dress, breaking news. She touched her stomach while pregnant, global emergency. She ate avocado toast, apparently civilization was collapsing. At one point, I'm surprised they didn't blame Meghan for bad weather and traffic jams too. Meghan spotted near clouds. Coincidence? Experts say no. That's how ridiculous it got. And regular people noticed something important. Meghan was playing the same game everybody else was playing, but suddenly the rules changed only for her. Another royal woman could breathe near a camera and they'd call her graceful. Meghan breathes and suddenly headlines act like she summoned dragons. It was weird, real weird. And honestly, a lot of black women saw themselves in that treatment. That feeling of having to be extra perfect just to receive basic respect. The pressure to smile carefully, speak carefully, dress carefully. Meanwhile, other people can roll out of bed looking like expired yogurt and still get called charming. So when Meghan kept standing tall, smiling, showing confidence, not shrinking herself, that mattered to people because some folks expected her to break. They expected tears every day. They expected her to disappear quietly and apologize for existing in spaces they thought belonged to somebody else. But Meghan kept moving forward, and Harry backing her publicly made the whole thing even louder. You could tell he saw exactly what was happening. That man basically looked around and said, "Y'all are doing way too much," grabbed his wife, grabbed his kids, and exited stage left. Honestly, good for him, because no amount of royal titles is worth staying somewhere people treat your wife like she committed crimes for wearing neutral colors and holding flowers. The craziest part is, Meghan shattered these ugly old stereotypes without even trying to become some symbol. She was just living her life, being herself, existing confidently. And for certain people, seeing a black woman comfortable in her own skin, loved openly, and refusing to bow her head, that hit them harder than their monthly electricity bill. I'm gonna be honest, the way Meghan kept her composure through all that madness needs to be studied, because some of y'all lose your entire personality after one rude email at work. Meghan was getting dragged globally every single day and still showed up looking calm, moisturized, and unbothered. That is elite level patience, because let's think about this properly. Imagine waking up every morning and strangers are angry at your hairstyle, your smile, your walk, your hand movements, your jeans, your jam jar, your breathing patterns, everything. At some point, I would have logged off, bought a farm, and started arguing with goats for peace of mind. But Meghan Nah, she kept moving. That's what really irritated the haters too. They wanted her miserable so badly. They wanted crying, screaming, public breakdowns. Instead, she kept carrying herself with grace while people online were typing essays in all caps from dimly lit kitchens. And you know what regular people respect? Somebody who keeps going without turning cruel. Because a lot of people become bitter after less. One bad breakup and suddenly they're posting trust nobody memes for 6 months straight. Meghan dealt with years of attacks from tabloids, trolls, commentators, random royal experts named Margaret with Wi-Fi, and she still focused on charity work, advocacy, helping women, helping families, speaking about mental health. That says a lot. And let's not ignore how weird the criticism became. Meghan could donate to children and somehow people would still complain. She donated too politely. The handwriting on the note felt aggressive. Like, what are we even discussing anymore? At some point, the outrage stopped sounding serious and started sounding like people desperately searching for reasons to stay mad. Meanwhile, Meghan kept building, kept speaking, kept showing up. And honestly, that confidence bothers people more than anything. Meghan reminds people that confidence is powerful, especially when the world keeps trying to humble you for no reason. That's why so many women connect with her. She walked into rooms that were never built for her and still carried herself like she belonged there. And the truth is, she did belong there. Alright, y'all, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Miles. Y'all are amazing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments because, this conversation is hot. Super thanks to everybody supporting the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.